Oh, right, yeah. That's pretty decent lighting. I'd like to put some on the ceiling as well. The ones on the ceiling, I could make these. What's up, Space Cadets? This is KJ48, and welcome back to my Empyrion Galactic Survival Let's Play. Last video, we checked out some of the new bases and dealt with our advanced mining devices. Today, we will be continuing to work on our crafting room. Now, I just want to let you guys know that I went out and to the auto mining devices, and remember how I put a little dash here, signifying that they needed ammo? Well, I went ahead and made some ammo, and I put them in some of them. And then I went to every single iron deposit auto mining device I have set up right now, and I will show you what I've been doing with that. I got a conversation with somebody. By the way, just use your eyes. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about what I'm doing right now. Anyway, I got a conversation with someone in the comment section of last video who said that taking apart the base is like the best way to do things, and he said it's the fastest way to get like iron and stuff. And you know, I'm not really like concerned with the speed. Maybe it is faster to get iron that way. Maybe it's not. I'll, you know, just for argument's sake, I'll concede. Yeah, it's faster to get iron. But here's the thing. I don't want to do it. It's not fun for me. Taking apart bases is very just monotonous for me, and I really don't like it by any stretch of the imagination. And what I can do is, and what I do is, first of all, getting ores in this game in every single way is kind of boring in my opinion, and I don't think any of them are that fun. Mining with the hand drill has been nerfed to the point where it's just awful to do that now. And you know, as far as like, you know, the auto mining devices are pretty cool, and the hover vessel miners are pretty cool. I do like the hover vessel miners, but they're a little frustrating to use because they're not that they're not great as far as like how well they operate, but they're good enough. They're pretty decent, but I don't love them. Auto mining devices are the way to go. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I kind of like the way I want this game to operate, and I don't know if this is the way the developers want it to be, or if this is the way, you know, even the players want it to be. But you know, I'm speaking about myself, my own personal opinion on the way I'd like to see this game go. By the way, I'm going to replace all of these like see-through things with regular blocks. I don't really like these that much. So what I want to see is obviously early game. I want to see you having to mine. I think you should have to mine by hand, and then I think you should graduate to hover vessels, and then auto mining devices. Actually, it's a pretty good setup right now. I don't think that we should be mining ourselves by mid to late game. I think, you know, I should probably turn on structural integrity. I don't think we should be mining by hand in late game. I think that's an early mid game thing, and I want the game to be more about building and fighting than mining. And a lot of people are like, well, you know, you got to mine to earn your way, and you know, it's lazy not to want to mine. But yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, I do know, I understand you want people to mine and earn their keep. I get that, and that does make a lot of sense. But at some point, it just becomes busy work. And let's face it, as much as I love this game, and I do love this game, the mining in it's not that fun. I feel like the mining in 7 Days to Die is more fun by a long shot. So I don't think it should be 100% automated. What I would like to see, and I brought this up in the last video, what I would like to see in this game is the necessity to protect your auto miners. That would be fun for me. You know, you put an auto miner out there, you can't just forget about him and leave him. You got to protect him, and if you don't protect him, drones are going to kill him. So this drone that I use is so finicky. I would like to change another thing, Mr. and Mrs. Developers. First of all, I love your game if you are watching. Second of all, another thing I would like to see is the ability to independently change the mouse sensitivity of the drone independently of myself. Maybe you can do that, but I've looked at it. I couldn't find it, so I'm not sure if you can. I don't think you can though. So I would like that ability. That would be really, really awesome. So yeah, so my ideal version of this game would be, you know, early game you're going to mine by hand. Mid game you're going to be mining with hover vessels, although hover vessels come in pretty early. But you kind of need hover vessels to come in early because let's face it, they nerf the crap out of the hand drill. That thing's a travesty at this point. So you nerfed the crap out of the hand drill. Fair enough. I think I think going from the hand drill to the hover vessel is a nice bump. I think it happens at a good point, and I like it. Okay, guys. I kind of like the way that looks. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's a lot different. I'm trying not to do the same things I always do. You know what I mean? Like, try and mix it up a little bit. Nobody wants to see me, you know, build the same thing every time I play. And I kind of like this. Like, this kind of, like, reminds me of, like, a little housing for maybe some electrical parts. And then I like this because it looks like there's wires going up to the roof. I kind of like that. I like the look of running wires. I wonder if it would look good here. Nah, it doesn't. Oh, that actually does look pretty good. But the thing is, I don't want to overuse the running wires thing. I'll think about that. That actually looks really good. It looks like there's wires running all over the place. I like that, but I'll have to think about it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and grab this one and do it like that and like that, and then I basically made them brown with the color tool. This brown. Yep, that's it. Yep, we got to apply to the whole block. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I like that. It's pretty cool. It looks a lot different than anything else I've done, and it doesn't look like crap. Those are the two criteria I'm looking at. So, anyway. So, back to my ideal, you know, setup of this game. So, yeah, so that you basically got the idea. I would like to see more automated stuff. I'd like to see NPCs. I don't think we're going to get NPCs. I mean, I'm not like saying I think we should get NPCs, but, you know, my wish list, I can ask for NPCs if I want. But, I wonder if that would look good. You know what I'd like? I'd like a round four-way connector, like, kind of like this, except I'd like the circle part only on one side. Oh, how cool would that be? Like a square block that goes into a circle connected to, basically a square block that then goes into a cylinder. That would be sweet, and I don't see one. I'm not saying you can't make one. I'm just saying I don't see one. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah. So I want, like I said, I want the focus of this game to be more on the fighting of aliens, defending your base, defending your... Anyway, so yeah, I'd like to have to protect stuff more. I think the drone attack should be tougher. I would like to see aliens on foot attacking. How cool would that be? You know, like those aliens that I see in their bases. Imagine them like coming in on foot, and I'd have to fight them off. That would be freaking awesome. So I'd like to see more, you know, like that. I'd also like to see solar systems, different solar systems instead of just one solar systems. Maybe even a galaxy. Hold on, N. There. And boom, there we go. Now we're in symmetry mode. So now we can start building out like this. Let's just come right here. And go along this way. Hopefully nothing will collapse. Nothing collapsed. It's all coming up cage today, people. Alright, so what we can do here is we can go ahead and bring ourselves into a slope. And have this like so. Okay. And then right across the top. Okay. And then we come right here and do the same thing. Just, yeah, I think we're going to have to turn it upside down. There we go. Go as far as we can. Now, for those of you who have not been watching this whole Let's Play, might not be, understand what I'm doing with symmetry mode. Basically, anything I build on that side is going to get built on this side as well. So how freaking cool is that? I love this game. This game is so effing good. But you know what? As good as it is, I think it needs to be great. And I don't know what the developers have in mind. I've never talked to the developers. You know, they're hard at work. They don't have time to talk to me. But I really want to see it come to fruition, the things I'm asking for. Call that selfish if you like, but I can only ask for the things I like, and I think it would make for an excellent game. It would also bring this game into an area that not a lot of other games are in right now. Like, I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of survival games out there, but you know, you start making this game less about the mining and more about the defense and the fighting and the exploration and the crafting and the building. I think you got something special on your hands right there. I'm not saying you shouldn't earn your stuff. I'm just saying, you know, you earn it a little bit more in the beginning, and then, you know, at some point, you got to be done with that, and it's time to, it's time to actually get with the fun part. Oh, this looks really cool. This looks really good. I like this. It's going to be dark soon, which I'm going to allow it to become dark because I want to put down some lights. We should probably close this completely in before we put down lights, though. Yeah, we're probably not going to get to that point. Well, let's work on it. No reason not to. All right, so number 7, right up here. There we go. Now, you might think I made too many blocks, but it's irrelevant because if I did, I can always just throw them into my, my factory. All right, so come across like this. All right, that looks good. That looks good. Now we got to figure out how this is going to work. This is going to be interesting. We should... Oh, yeah, we turned off symmetry mode. Good. Anytime you're building and you don't know how you want to do something, do yourself a favor. Turn off symmetry mode. There we go. Okay, so that's where it starts. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So it looks like we can go with one more ramp going to the other side. Okay, and this goes like this, and this goes like this, and then we get just put one across for now. All right, so how do we want to do this? All right, so this is going to be interesting. All right, well, let's go ahead and find a corner. We're looking for corner pieces now. All right, well, apparently this is the block I wanted, the cut corner, and you can see right there, the cut corner. We're going to go ahead and get some of these pieces, put those in like that. And you can see how this is working out really nicely. I went ahead and put some wedge blocks, some corner blocks. What are they called in this game, actually? They're called wedge. Called something different. Slope. I put those sideways going all the way up, so this is looking nice and smooth at this point. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to build this up. I guess this could be built up to here. And then we'll put one more slope block in here. All right. This is working out nicely. Okay. And are we going to need another one in there? Yes, we are, I think. Yes. That goes right there. All right, so this is going to be a slope block on the side. Just put that right there. How do we want to deal with this? I guess this should be a slope block going like this. Right? Sure. All right, then another corner block right there. Getting into some heavy-duty building now, people. All right, so that's going to be a corner. That's going to be a corner. That's going to be a corner. This is going to be a slope. Okay. This is going to come right across here. Not going to worry about the other side right now. Okay, so this is going to be this one again. Yeah, I think we're getting this. Okay, so this goes across like this. How are we doing on structural integrity? We got a couple reds there. I'm not too thrilled about that, but it should be okay. Let's go ahead and put another corner in there. Put another full block in right there. Okay, so you can see right there, that's going to be the look. And I'm not sure what we're going to do over here. Probably just... You know what? This is supposed to come out farther, and this is supposed to be encased. But I think I might be able to make this look interesting, possibly. Okay, that works for me. Looks pretty cool. They're not as encased as I wanted them to be, but the cool thing about this setup... Why do I have an iron thing lit up? Did I forget to get one? Yes, I did. Whatever. It's okay. Anyway, one of the critiques about my building techniques in a lot of these games is I make a lot of square buildings, and I'm trying to get away from that. So the fact of the matter is, I wanted this whole area right here, that right behind this is my constructor, but I wanted this area right here to be encased in the entire building. But the fact that it's not is actually going to make the building look a little bit less blocky, which is cool. Like, look at this one. This one's pretty friggin' blocky. I'm going to try and do something about that as well. But yeah, I'm trying not to make them so blocky. But I think this is coming out. I think this is coming out pretty nice. So let's continue. I think we got the build all lined up. So let's go ahead. Basically what I want to do is I want this thing to be encased by nighttime so I can put some of the lights. I always like to put the lights down at night. Alright. There we go. There, there, there. And this is going to be a slope block. Well, the slope block anyway. There we go. There. There. Nope, not there. How about there? And here. Okay, I'm going to put up the structural integrity. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but I still like to see it. All right, so this is going to be one of these blocks, right? Forget how I did this. That's the bad... What? Pick the corner, man. That doesn't look like the corner. Oh, yeah, it is. That's a bad part about not doing things in symmetry mode. You might figure it out on one side, but then you got to figure it out on the other. Again. How did I do this? Damn it. Ugh, I'm just going to figure it out. Alright, well, first things first. Let's go ahead and put the slopes down. That might help us figure out what we're trying to do here. Come on. I've been building too much, man. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, put this right here, right? But I forget how to make it go. It's supposed to look like that. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Then you put the corners in. More corners. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. So this is supposed to be a full block coming across. That's really red, but it is okay. It will be fine. There you go. Less red. And a corner block. There we go. Looks like this one's a bit of a mistake. So let's go ahead and put that right there. Beautiful. Alright, so that is the same, right? It looks the same to me. I'll check off camera to make sure it's exactly right, but I'm pretty sure it is. Alright, slope blocks. There we go. All the way across there, all the way across here. And there we go. It's a little red, but that's okay. You don't really have to. Let's go take a look at it from out here. Oh yeah, that looks good. Oh, it looks... I'm actually really happy with the way this is coming out. Okay, so we need to put some lights in here. All right, so let's turn everything off. And number two, what kind of lights do I want to put in here? I started putting these in. I guess those are fine. Is there any lights I like better? Nah, whatever. It's fine. All right, so put these on the wall. Okay. All right, so these are going to be on the wall. So I want something different to be on the ceiling, just to have things be different. Let's also check these out. These are intensity 2. That's fine, but I want the range to be higher, and I want the light to be softer. You see when they're like this bright, they kind of like have that. Well, actually, that's not too bad. But I like the light to be a little softer, so I always pick this color. Although it really does not light up as much of an area. Oh, that doesn't look good. Yeah, whatever. I could work on that from the inside. Because you don't want those to change. Those are what they are. Yeah, no, that's fine. I can make those look good from the inside. That's okay. All right, so what was I saying? Okay, so there. Range all the way up. That looks lighter. They look like they got... Whatever, let's just leave them on their original brightness. Okay, so let's come on up here. And let's deal with this monstrosity. Okay, so how do I deal with this? Okay, I couldn't really come up with a perfect solution for this, so I'm going to try and work on it on this side as well to make it at least look the way it does on the other side. because yeah, I couldn't come up with anything great. So I think just like that. And then we'll move these to the side. I gotta stop trying to be so perfect, you know? Like, I always, like, talk about, like, how I never have time to do anything because there's never any time in the day. But then, like, I spend, like, 20 minutes on this thing trying to make it perfect. It's good. Like that. That's good. I mean, I can't move that one because it's connected to the outside. That's the only thing I could do to try and make it a little bit more perfect. But I think that's pretty decent. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue placing lights. Oops. F5, there we go. So do I want to place any more lights on the sides? Yes, I do. Over here, there's got to be one right there, one right there. Let's put one on here. Now, the ones that are going to go on here, maybe I want to use a different light for no real reason, just because I can. Or I could just stick with these lights. It doesn't really matter. Okay, one right there, one right there. Then, how far is it up? 2? Okay. There, and there, and there, and there. All right, yeah. That's pretty decent lighting. I'd like to put some on the ceiling as well. The ones on the ceiling, I could make these. All right, and where do I want to put these? How do I want to put them first of all? Yeah, like that. Okay. Not really sure where I want to put these. I think we should probably finish the ones down here before we put anything on the ceiling. So let's check these lights really quickly. That's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna stick with the original color. It's okay. I mean, if you look right at a bulb, it should be somewhat blinding. So I guess that makes sense. All right. Yeah. So this is looking pretty lit up. Actually, if anything, it looks a little bit too lit up. Do you think we can take... Let me take these off. Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. And then what we'll do is we'll put some on the ceiling to make up for that. So I'm thinking like right... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right in the middle. There's no middle there, unfortunately. There is a middle... No, there's no middle here either. Ah! Because I was doing everything by 2s. There's no freaking middle. I hate that. Alright. So... Wow. That's really going to bother me. Well, whatever. So how do I want these to go? The other way. So I guess one right there would be good. I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. I might mess around with the intensity in between videos. Yeah, because that's a bit much. Alright, so let's take that off. And what we'll do is, since one's on that side on the roof, we'll put the other one on this side. Where is it exactly? It is one off of the walkway. So, right there. Yeah, I like it. And what I'll do is I'll just mess around with the intense. Actually, I could probably turn these to the softer light. Let's do that really quickly and see the way everything looks. I wish I could group the lights, like in here. You can group the lights. I'm not sure. You can do add group and lights. And then what you could do is you could just add this to the last group. Add to last group. And now we've got a group that should be lights. Oh, we didn't add anything to it, but how come we didn't? Lights. Add to last group. Maybe you have to add to the group first. Yeah, you have to take one and add it to the group first. Oh, because lights is plural. There's already a light, but lights. Did we add anything to lights plural? No. Okay. So what you have to do is I think you have to add the first one to the group. So lights. Okay. And then once you've done that, then you can do add to last group. Add to last group. I don't know why it has to spin up to the very freaking top. Add to last group. But just because we got the lights in a group, we can't, doesn't mean anything. I mean, the only thing we can do with the lights is turn them all on or off, but that's it. we can't like highlight all 3 of them. Again, I don't know if the developers watch my videos, but if you do, give us a way to group all these lights, like shift click, control click, anything, so we can change this stuff as a group. You know what I mean? That would be wonderful. All right. So we are way past our time here, so let's get this done and see how it looks. Now, don't forget, it is the pitch dark nighttime, so you know, when the sun comes up, it will actually get brighter in here, so we don't have to worry about it if it's a little bit dark. You know, not really that big of a deal. Did I get this one? No. There we go. All right. So let's see how that looks. See, I think that looks pretty good, and that's only one part. It's a little dark, but I think it's okay. If anything, we could leave the one on the ceiling. Leave that one. Yeah. That's pretty good. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good amount of light? Too much? Too little? What do you think? All right, guys, we're going to call this one here. I will see it. Oh, God, I totally didn't even bring this up. Main crafting station. Main crafting station 2. Power refinery station, or refining station. That's where we basically put hydrogen bottles and ores so we can make power. And then we have ore refining station 1, 2, and 3. There you go. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. I'll see you next time, and until then, take it easy.